2 enemies. Reception area.
By now, I'm sure most of you know that I really like shooters. Lately, I've developed a love for both fast-paced, arcade-style FPS games and tactical third-person experiences like Ghost Recon, but the arena-style shooter just hasn't really been relevant anymore. Nexuis was released recently, but this is a genre that just hasn't gotten the attention it deserves, and that's a shame, as it's one of the best for gathering friends around to play for hours on end. Today, I have a game released a few years ago that aims to bring this genre back. This is Shadowrun for the 360. Shadowrun is actually a longer-running franchise with several games both on consoles and pen and paper. This game in particular has a pretty interesting concept. Take combat from games like Halo and Quake and mix in some sweet extra abilities. Unfortunately, the game is really online and bot mode only, which is a little bit of a disappointment, as I think some of the abilities could have been used in interesting ways with the story. The game is spread across a bunch of different maps that are all extremely varied from each other. I was really surprised. Gameplay in Shadowrun is best described as extremely smooth. From weapons to using abilities and moving across the maps, it controls really well. You have access to different magic and tech moves like the Tree of Life, which gives health to anyone nearby, or a glider to help you slow down on big jumps. Now these really come in handy because Shadowrun is an objective-based game. Both teams will be usually concentrating on specific points on the map, so having the ability to support your teammates is really helpful. Shooting mechanics are also solid, although there isn't much feedback to whether or not you're hurting an enemy until they die, and that's a bit of a, no pun intended, pain. The really interesting thing about Shadowrun is that it's one of only a few games on the 360 to be cross-platform compatible with the PC. Of course, Xbox players may be at a little bit of a disadvantage, especially because this game has a ton of different abilities that could be mapped much easier to a keyboard, but it's a really cool idea. With Microsoft developing the Windows OS, I really don't understand why they don't do this more often. Imagine being able to play all of your favorite console games with your friends who only play on PC. I can dream, I guess. Now, although Shadowrun is a very fun game, it somehow feels incomplete. It's mostly due to there being very little presentation, instead just throwing you right into the game, but it feels a little bit lazy. This is a great game to bring out when you want to show your friends something a little bit different, but it isn't something you'd have spinning in your Xbox for weeks or months on end. Shadowrun is really not anything special when it comes to visuals, but the game isn't bad looking either. This was a fairly early game for the 360, and the visual style the game uses with over-the-top character models really helps to keep the game from aging very much. The voiceovers are also really helpful, giving you key information during sessions. The voices do sound a little robotic, but that's kind of the point. Shadowrun does not have a huge target audience, but there's no denying that for what the game tries to be, it succeeds. I'm sure you could pick this up for next to nothing right now.
Tower 48 high.
Artifact taken.